This is going to be a quick tear down of this. I bought it a while ago, and I really didn't look at the listing well enough. I thought this rotated. No, it doesn't. It's just a nice light. So it's not going to be usable for what I wanted. So let's just take it apart and see what's inside it. There we go. Yeah, pretty straightforward. Boy, this one unclips easy. Probably shouldn't have said that. Just have to turn them a bit. Oh, I'm not going to be plugging it in since I've already had a tiny bit of wine. And if I have wine or anything else, I don't turn on AC. Live longer that way. So, that's what it looks like. Yeah, not bad. It is actually quite bright. Not sure how safety-wise it is. Let's just see. Let's pop it open a bit more. Oops. It will. That one hit the floor. I'll be doing a magnetic sweep of the floor eventually. Get one of those good neodymium magnets. That'll pick up every little screw and washer I've dropped, providing they're made of stuff that are basically not stainless steel, and these aren't, since they stick to this. Okay. Essentially, we have power coming in. Let's look down here. Check to see if camera's on. Yep. We got power coming in here, going across to here, coming back out here to there, from there to there, back over to there, from there back, and then back down. That's pretty straightforward. Most likely a capacitive dropper. Let's pull this apart. And you can see the little lead right there. Come on, get in there. You can do it. You're trying hard. There we go. And I'm going to be destructive. Oh, I'll put in the corner there how much I paid for this. Oops, it's not going to come that way. Obviously, I don't care much about this. I might actually take this and convert it to DC. Hence, I don't need this type of base. And then use it. It would require a bit of rewiring inside, but why not? Now, would I be doing this with... they ran away and are hiding. You know those bluish snips? No. I've already broken one pair of those. Whereas this one here, I've actually had it for decades. And I've abused it constantly. Because you're not supposed to be cutting this with this. Oh, there we go. You're not supposed to be cutting metal with one of these. So we have a capacitive dropper. Okay, I actually found the data sheet for this. It is a KP1075, and it's kind of weird because on the data sheet they have this side here as a line and that side over there as neutral. The rest of it looks like it's bang on to the data sheet. Resistor, capacitor, inductor, and output. Separation's not that bad, but the fact that I could pop this open so easily means that I don't know if I'd want to have this around anybody that might chew on it, or meaning a dog, or a kid popping it open. But then at the same time, the kid might just unscrew it and stick their finger in the socket. None of us ever did that when we were a kid. So there you have it. That's actually getting pretty minimal for it. So, well, what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to see if I can change it around and maybe modify it just to run off of DC and drop the voltage down a bit, because let's see, these are all in series. I'll have to see what I can do with it, but that's it for this. I'm in the process of trying to clean up my bench, which is going slowly. But I finished that series on the lab equipment, and I want to get this nice and clean so that I can use my laptop for the ESP32 videos. So here's an ongoing experiment. I want to try to dissolve the blob. This has been in acetone for about 4 days, and nothing's happening. So I'll probably be dumping this out and switching to a different chemical to see if I can actually dissolve the blob. I tried this once before, and the chemical that did work got underneath the blob, and then, well, the blob fell off, and those little tiny wires didn't hold it back. So this time I'm going to be more careful.